Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Jen Petersen.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
How's it going, Jen?
Hi, guys. It's going great.
That's awesome. So what exactly do you do, Jen?
I am the owner and team lead of the Red Door Realty Group out of Keller Williams Living. Our team serves the Livingston County area and surrounding areas as well.
Sweet. That's awesome. So when you were younger, you wanted to be a real estate agent, didn't you? Or did you? What was your plan when you were younger?
No, although I feel I was born to be in real estate and didn't realize that until much later in life. When I was young, I wanted to be a veterinarian or a marine biologist.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the skill set for either, so I opted for a career in sales early on.
Nice.
Okay. At what point did you kind of transition that? Was it right out of high school when you just jumped into sales, or how did that go?
I was in college and I had an opportunity for a sales position. Actually, it was all my sales were inside sales done on the phone, and it was 100% commission based business. And I excelled really early on in that career, and I felt kind of a passion for sales, and I seemed to connect well with people on the phone. So I jumped into an industry and remained in that industry until I got into real estate in 2015. So I was 20 some odd years in a completely different industry, sales related.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, because I know you were doing some tech stuff. If I remember right, weren't you before you got into real estate?
Yeah, the company that I worked for, I did semiconductor sales and basically memory for computers, and then we did some consumer electronic stuff as well. I was involved in setting up our European sales operation, so it was pretty cool. I had the opportunity to live overseas for a couple of years.
Nice.
And then coming back. Realizing when I came back to the States, working European hours wasn't didn't work out so well. And that was kind of when my change to real estate happened.
Nice. So how'd that transition go? Did you jump right into real estate, or did you slowly transition into how'd that go?
So I got my license in 2012, and at the time, my husband and I, we were moving ourselves, and I was very interested in the process. We had some rental properties as well, and I thought as we were buying and selling, it might make sense for me to get licensed, and so I did go ahead and get my license, but I didn't actually get active in real estate until 2015. So it was, I had my license, but I was still maintaining my sales position with the company that I was with overseas. And I just woke up one day and realized that I didn't want to be waking up at 3 a.m, 4 a.m, making phone calls overseas. And so I jumped into real estate. It was just it was just a decision that happened. And then I went feet first, full time into real estate.
Nice. That's awesome. So did you join a team when you were starting out, or did you just kind of go by yourself solo?
When I started, I partnered up actually with my agent at the time that was helping us sell one of our properties. And he's just a huge wealth of knowledge. Actually, it was Tom Rafferty, Livingston County agent that's super well known. I joined up with Tom, and he was just a fabulous mentor. I don't believe that I would have had a fraction of the success that I've had without partnering with Tom. So Tom and I were together 2015 until 2020.
Nice. That's awesome. Good for you.
Did he give you any advice that kind of stuck out to you throughout the years?
Oh gosh, so much advice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that I learned from Tom. I think one of the biggest things that I learned really early on in my career is just, and it's simply how I think all sales should be, but putting the client first.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a book actually that I read called Clients First, and it changed my perspective right from the very beginning as to how I was going to run my business and how I was going to service my clients. And there was so much to be gained from just that little tidbit of information as putting the client first.
Yeah. So over the years, what kind of listing has stuck out to you the most? Is there any transaction that's just stuck with you, good or bad, whatever you want to share? If you have one that just like sticks out and you're like, yeah, that'd be a nice one to share.
Um, Gosh, every transaction is so unique.
Yeah.
And fulfilling, frankly. I think just real estate in general, there's so much job satisfaction from being able to help people find and or sell their home. Gosh, what would one of my favorites be? Well, I have some clients that probably my favorite clients. I don't know about the transaction being anything that stuck out, but just meeting a wonderful couple, a gentleman that reminded me very much of my grandfather. So he just was such a super cool guy, and I've since have a great relationship and check in with them often. So their transaction just afforded me the opportunity to meet a really cool couple, and and have the opportunity to have a great friendship with them.
That's awesome. What's the worst house you've been in when you showed it? Have you had any?
Oh my gosh, I could write a book. In fact, I want to write a book. There's so many things and so many pictures I've taken of so many crazy things I've seen. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I have an investor who is always looking for the cheapest house, in not even in the neighborhood, like the cheapest house in the county, and I've been in some where, they're not even safe to go in. Like we thought that we might, be falling into the basement, riddled with mold. I mean, there's so many. Yeah. I've seen some really bad ones. And that's the thing is that my business is not based on, serving a particular client that's looking in a certain price point. I mean, I have an investor that, has bought houses for $10,000. And so some of those are obviously terrifying, but, yeah, so I work with everybody between 10,000 and, sky's the limit, and service them all the same.
That's awesome. I like it. So so you're on a team right now. You want to tell us, or kind of your, the Red Door, you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, I just had a vision for, starting a team that was more based around a brand instead of an individual. So I think you'll see a lot of teams that are out there are specific to an agent, right? So it's, the Joe Smith team and everybody, that works on the Joe Smith team. And I having been on a team that was based on, the team lead's name, I really wanted to be a part of something a little bit different. And so I started Red Door, and that is more agent centric. So, our marketing and everything is more about the brand, so that everybody can feel that they're a part of the brand, and it's not just Jen Petersen Realty Group. So we do all of our marketing about the brand. We don't have our photos on business cards. We focus on the brand.
So let's say you had to give some advice to someone just starting out in the business. What kind of advice would you give them?
Oh, without a doubt, I think that I mean, from my personal experience, I don't think that I would have been successful coming on as an individual agent. I think there are plenty of people that, that are able to be successful. But speaking from my own experience, I believe that you're best going to set yourself up for success if you have a mentor or if you're joining a team where you have support from, an administrative level. Having somebody to guide you as far as how to work with your buyers and how to prepare your listing presentations. So my best advice is to find a mentor or to join a team, to find a good team and interview multiple teams because they're all run very differently. And I think that was part of our Red Door concept, was that we wanted to make it very agent centric instead of team leader focused. And that's what's attracted, I think, a fair amount of our agents, because they appreciate that they know that the team model is set up so that they come and join us, but that they stay with us for the long term. So that's kind of what I would suggest.
Yeah. With the Red Door team in the next 5 years or so, do you have any plans of growing the team still?
We were initially, right now we're a team of 8, and we're 6 full-time agents and 2 full-time admin. I am not out just looking to bring anybody on. I'm actually not even out there actively looking to grow the team. It's what has been happening with the agents that have joined us, as they've come to us, and after meeting with them and realizing that it's a good fit, then we've added. So we do definitely have plans for growth. We've got some pretty significant goals as far as what we want to achieve. And overall number of homes sold, hitting certain targets and goals. So that's going to, of course, require us to grow the team. But we're being really strategic on how we grow and who we bring on to the team. It's like family. We really have a great core group, and you just want to make sure that everybody's cohesive and, and is meant to be together. So,
yeah. Yep, absolutely. If you could start over, is there anything that you would do differently now than when you originally started out in real estate?
A big KW thing talks about failing forward, and I've certainly had some failures along the way, but I don't know that I would necessarily do anything over. I think you learn from your failures, and things that have happened over the years have allowed me to be where I am today, and for that I'm forever thankful. I don't know that I would do anything differently.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any a book that you have read that you could recommend to somebody in the business?
Well, I have two that I love. The one I think I mentioned in the beginning was Clients First. That's a book that changed my perspective on how I view my client experience, and looking at my business not from the perspective of the point of a paycheck, about really serving the client, and what comes back to you is tenfold based on having that mentality. So that for sure is one of my all-time favorites. And then a book that I was recommended from my coach, I do some coaching, is called Rocket Fuel. And as I was starting the team, it talks about a visionary and an integrator relationship. So I'm definitely a visionary. I have all these great plans and great ideas, but I need that sidekick, if you will, to kind of keep me on track. And so, and in reading that book, and Red Door, we're out of the Keller Williams office in Livingston County, and KW has some great models that help in finding the right fit for your team. And so in using the KW processes, I was able to find the perfect integrator for our team through, through Keller Williams and their KPA process, and this book that really helped me understand that you've got to have that other side to help you with bring your vision to fruition.
That's awesome. How can people get a hold of you?
As easy as 855 Red Door.
Look at that. I like it.
That.
I like it. That's awesome. Do you guys have a website?
We do. It's Red Door Realty GRP.com.
Nice. Sweet. Well, hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe? What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
it might be there.
Might be right there too.
Somewhere.
Find
it. It's red.
Yeah. And red. It's blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah, I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review if they're listening on Apple. That'd be cool.
5 stars, review. Guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take 4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
I don't think this is working.
This is not working.
Yeah.